welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Here we go once again.
Good evening.
Love it.
Happy
Good
Monday.
evening, everybody. It's Monday night at 9:30, and I think we're going to get down and dirty, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Drive.
Holy, it's been a whole week. We got to get it all out now.
I think so.
Okay,
So you guys I'm on a sunny beach.
Yes. I'm in a comfy chair.
Right on.
And I'm
Go ahead.
in the Atomic Ballroom.
I'm
back on a computer tonight, not on my phone. So
George's Ballroom. I'm trying to adjust my hat here.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. There you go.
There you go. What's wrong with that? It's like a little lag here. I can't seem to balance my head. Anyway, we're here. We are here.
Let me know. I'll come over with the staple gun and I'll put that hat on. Just perfect for you.
Yeah? You do that for me?
Where'd you go?
You'd use that just for me? Well, what? Did we lose you, Hike?
I can still hear you.
Pull your headphones out and put them back in.
It's the hot toddy. It's the hot toddy, Arvin.
Yeah, just take your headphones out and stick them in. Wow. Hey, George from Nick Arnold.
Oh,
hey.
hey.
Oh, we lost him.
Okay. I'm just going to do first order of the day and play the drinking song then. I'll wait till he comes back.
True. I'm not drinking alcohol tonight.
Oh, no?
No. I need to
dry out.
Not dry out. I think dry out's extreme, but so we got a few listeners on and viewers. That's great. They're filing in slowly, just like church.
Right. Oh, there is. I could be waiting for you.
I see that. Yeah.
So, George, what are you drinking over there?
Amber Faxed. I'm all out of Kilkenny's.
Oh no.
No, no, they go down too easy. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Because it's so smooth.
As long as you don't say that you're going down too easy.
No.
Cheap but not easy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
My.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's weird. When I go like this, I lose all my audio in my buds. I can't hear anything.
Really?
And if I go to the screen where it says cam mic, there's an audio button, and it says default or speakers, and I just toggle that, and it comes back up, but then I lose the connection, so I have to go out and come back in. It's weird.
Darn internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some things happening though. You can tell maybe it's a response to let's say Starnet or SpaceNet, which is it Starlink? Starlink, which is part of SpaceNet. No, Starlink.
Come on, spit it out. Spit it out.
SpaceX.
Yes.
Okay, so because obviously they're going to come in with this worldwide satellite,
Oh, I can't wait. I
wireless
can't wait.
link. Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
already deployed in Canada, but they sent a rocket up. I think it was on Thursday or Friday last week
Yeah.
to cover, I guess, like Alaska down. So hopefully we'll get it soon. But
Yeah.
I noticed Bell put out a notice to people like myself in rural areas. So you might
Yeah.
want to check that out, Heiko. They're offering wireless 350 gigs for not a bad price, but still it's
Well, what's
limited at
not
350.
okay?
You know,
Well,
350 gig though in your case is a lot, right? So
that's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, but
So
is all of it at top speed, or do they throttle it back after
no, it's
something?
pretty quick. Like, I mean, if you look at ExploreNet and stuff like that and other options, I found when I had the Rogers wireless, it wasn't too bad either. But
Yeah.
you know, they throttled it back after you know, you hit your cap, which is about, in my case, I think about 100 gigs. So
Yeah.
I had to buy 2 packages to fulfill that. But
Wow.
honestly, like I can't wait for Starlink because it'll level the playing field. And you know, we're not sponsored by any of those guys anyway, but it's just sad that there's been monopolies running
Yes.
something that's very simple to facilitate for Canadians anyway in some of the rural US. And that's, you know, it's just ridiculous, especially in COVID times, right?
Well,
But
it
yeah,
is, and now people can't, or the people are being forced to stay at home. And like for me, where I live, there's no internet. I don't have internet.
no,
I'm
no,
using my
it's
cell phone. All this is done through my phone. I got a couple little apps, and they work really well.
yeah,
And that's it for now. But I really
yeah,
would like to have internet because I'd like to watch movies and stuff like that too. And if I stream through my phone, it's a gig
yeah,
an hour. It's crazy, right?
right. Yeah, I mean yeah, it's definitely kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So uh you know, it can't happen soon enough, but in the meantime I can see like right now with Bell offering wireless to, you know, based on a 350 gig platform, it's not too bad, right? So it's a start. But
Well, I don't know. My neighbor just got, he tried Bell out 4 months ago, and he said it's absolute crap. They promised him all this great stuff. It's going to work awesome and everything, and it's shit.
yeah,
It's terrible. Yeah, it's really sad
yeah,
because again, you're paying over $100 a month, and you can't even watch YouTube videos without them stuttering and caching.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, the caching, yeah. Which
Like,
honestly, even on the high speed ones right now,
yeah,
if you got, you know, gamers in the house and everything else, there's the bandwidth on it is a bit challenged, right? So
yeah,
so you have good and bad days, really.
yeah.
So I don't know. It'll at least there's some movement, right? And we'll potentially see a change. That would be
I hope
great.
so.
I'm actually keeping a big reason why I keep my office going that I don't go to, and I haven't gone to much in the last year, really.
Yeah,
Uh,
pretty much.
yeah, and now I'm faced with, you know, landlord's been awesome. I have to say that, but you know, kind of faced with a new lease, and it's like, well, yeah, but I can't even go there. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not an essential business, so you know,
that's right.
it's not so Nick saying his friend works for Bell. He said they're maxing out internet capabilities due to everyone being at home, and yeah, totally.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah,
I can see in our cast tonight there's some flicks and glitches and stuff. So, but it's the bandwidth usage, right? And we're
yeah,
mandated to stay a stay-at-home order, right? So it's
yeah.
so yeah, so I gotta pay full pop for this office that I can't even go to, right? I
Yeah,
could get
it's terrible.
technically fined. But I have to say there's some pretty good supports right now that the government's offering. But you got to, you know, you just got to go through the steps and processes, and it's yeah. So Richard Dukeshire, hey buddy, they're on Bell and they don't recommend it. So
Thanks, Richard.
thanks for supporting that. Yeah, give us the heads up. And there's Oh, good. I was going to say good old Kathy Harkness, but it's good young Kathy Harkness. She just had a birthday. Happy birthday
That's
to
right.
Yeah,
Kathy.
we had the little get together last week, right?
Yeah,
First-
yeah, it was very cool. Yeah, it was a good time. We had a virtual party.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
we
pretty
couldn't get
cool.
everyone on there, but we just we had what? I don't know, maybe
10
9
or
or
11,
10.
I think.
10. Yeah. So that was good.
Yeah.
But
And I don't know if he's listening. It's Terry's birthday today. I wish you a happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
birthday, Terry.
Yeah.
Terry
And
Jones.
anybody else whose birthday we don't know it's today,
Yep.
yeah,
well, happy birthday.
happy birthday. Exactly. So it just there's a lot of birthdays happening this month. And really March is probably the most important month because it's my birthday in March. So, it's
March. That's a long ways away.
yeah, but it's basically the it's the month of the the fish, the Aquaman. Actually, so when they did Aquaman, you can see the likeness, and I I was asked to be a stunt double, but I just couldn't put on the tights and all that. It just wasn't for me. So
Well, and the long hair is a problem, right?
well, you can wear a wig for that, but yeah, they also felt that I might be, just kind of cramping his style a little bit, right? I didn't want to show him up, so
Yeah.
I felt
right.
it was probably best not to do something else, just kind of come back and focus on the Heikadelic show. Don't go like MIA. So
Yeah. Can't have that.
no. So
All righty.
all right. So
Yeah, and you know what? January, February, March, I think they're going to be high birthday months in the next little while because that's when all this COVID shit started, the first phase, right?
good point. Yeah.
So what did people do?
That's
Right?
Hunkered down and watched Netflix and chilled.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh yeah.
My sound's gone again.
Okay.
Is it? Oh, muffin. Well, no, you're right about that. Like it.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Be
So when this all started with COVID, people were just kind of sitting around in phase one, and poor Heiko.
Yeah.
He looks like a frustrated individual.
Yeah, it was.
But that's the thing. Back to the internet thing, right, George?
Yeah.
We need to get in the rural areas better internet.
Yeah. I guess it is a bit of a problem. I've seen Nick saying I'm using Roger's business internet at $60 a month.
Yeah. So Nick, I was on Rogers. I did the Rocket Hub, and it was great for about a year, and then I guess they realized they were just spinning out data. Like I would run 200 gig in a couple of days easily. So I was going way over, but they didn't throttle back. And then they realized that I guess, I don't know, like it definitely was pre-COVID. So it had nothing to do with COVID, but they got it all back in line. And then I was running out of data within days. So it doesn't make sense. If you're a person who, is uses minimal data or medium, then it's fine, but gotta get it everywhere. So
Well, that's a lot of data, buddy. Like if you're streaming movies or anything, live streaming is about a gig an hour.
yeah,
So
on high quality.
I don't. How come you use so much data? Like, what are you doing over there? You got some main hub going for some underground organization or something, or
Yeah, definitely. It's all
like holy shit.
Yeah. I run a covert operation and a global porn site. So it's well, you've seen the casting couch, right, Hank?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about this big, right?
Yeah.
So like I think like doing stuff like this, streaming and everything, it takes up a ton of data. But I'm always working on like website coding and all kinds of stuff like that. And I use a lot of data, tons.
Wow.
Not to mention, being the voice of an angel, I get a lot of people sending me emails and fan pictures, right? And
Yeah.
little audio tracks and video tracks, some with clothes, some without clothes. But the thing is that, yeah, like, I mean, from just about everyone, right? And yeah, so I get a lot of that stuff in. So, but
Right on.
yeah. So we have Phil's kind of like burst in our bubble here, but so Phil says, "Hey everybody, don't forget to join the boys from Heikadelic show on the 25th of January, where they broadcast live from Indie Rock Radio. Welcome aboard." Thanks, Phil.
Yeah. Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah,
be
you
good.
beat us.
It's
You beat us
awesome.
to the punch. I spent 4 hours on an intro today just to advertised that we were going out on Indie Rock Network, so Indie Rock Radio. Sorry. And so if you Google that, it actually it comes up on their site. They got a nice, really tight, clean site.
Yep.
There's a lot of great guests. You know, honestly, far better than some of the ones that we've been able to get. The
Oh no! Don't put down our guests.
no.
Nothing wrong with that.
I mean,
That's right.
you know, we've had great guests on. We've had great guests, but you know,
Yes.
they've had some landmark guests. But what I'm really focused on, I was trying to get Rob Halford from Judas Priest, and that really tripped my trigger when Phil was able to get him on, and I guess he was promoting his book. But it was quite cool to see, and
Yep.
yeah, that was awesome. So on the 25th, we're going live. That's next Monday. We're
Next
going
Monday.
live with Indie Rock Radio. And what's cool about it is I've been listening to it like on the weekend. Phil does his show, which is a lot of classic rock and just a great mix. And yeah, I was up till like 4 or 5 playing Warhammer with my future son-in-law, and it was awesome. So great tunes, great quality. I was kind of blown away with that. And then of course we have a lot of cool control to do some neat things with the show, and then in George's world, DJ land. So we're pretty excited.
Yeah, should be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah. So
Yep.
that's all good, Phil. It was good to have you on, and we'll probably get Phil on maybe for a little bit next week. Pop in and say hi to everybody.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And, oh yeah. So Stephanie, hey Steph. So Stephanie's saying she walked in on a global porn site. So yeah, pretty much. So I cannot confirm or deny that I'm involved with a global porn site. Yeah, gee.
That's why you're streaming so much data.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Good to see you on, Steph. So Steph is actually I don't know if I should say this or not, but she's in the healthcare practice and on the front line, and so she's doing really super well with all of that. And yeah, so Nick has to go. Have a good night. Thanks for being on early, Nick. And,
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
See you soon.
See you next time. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Next Monday night. I
knew that would bite me. So Richard's saying, "What's wrong with your guests until now, Ringo? Need some ketchup for that with that foot?" Yeah, I probably do.
I told you.
Because Richard was a guest on our show, and it was awesome. He was like in the entertainment business, but again, if you compared it to the entertainment business that we're all used to, his is like definitely a notch above. In fact, we were probably so low we could climb 5 or 6 steps just to get to the sewer, but Richard was like way up in the sky in terms of his social network and people he got involved with. So he was doing like bit of a, let's say, bodyguard, tour security support, and governmental, and I think there was something to do with London and all that. Very cool. We want to get you back on, Richard. but we'll have to get approval from Indie Rock Radio. I'm kidding. No, but you know what? It's we definitely want to get you back on, and I apologize for implying that our guests weren't as important as Rob Halford, but he is the metal god, right? So, and me being the voice of an angel, I'm sorry, I slipped. But yeah, ketchup would go good with feet. I've often thought about it. Not with George's feet, maybe Heiko's toe, but I don't think I'd ever try that.
No,
So,
that's just wrong. Okay, that's wrong. Like the peanut butter and get the dog in and all that shit. That's like,
yeah. Okay, yeah, let's definitely move on from that because now it is becoming a global porn site.
Yes.
So
here we go. So I think I told you guys right at Christmas time, and thanks Keisha for congratulations. That's very awesome. And I told you guys I got this DVD called Rumble. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
I watched it 2 nights ago. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. If any of you guys want to find out a lot more about the history of music and where a lot of it came from, this is a DVD to see. I don't know where my wife got it. I don't know if it's from a store. She had to order it, but look it up. It says how the Indians rocked the world, and it's funny because it's never really been a thing. People don't really talk about it, and even the artists from some of the biggest rock bands that we know, there's been drummers, guitarists, and they're indigenous. And for a lot of reasons, they always kept it quiet, but they were some of the ones that influenced the music we have today. It's a really, really good show.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a guy called Link?
Link?
His first name is Link?
No. Wait a minute. No. And if the voice of an angel hasn't heard about him. Oh, see, there you go. Kate, Heiko's going to reconnect. Boy, are we having some streaming issues tonight. Yeah. Okay, I'll let him go sort out his stuff. So Kathy says, enough with the voice of an angel. She's like the sideline producer or show director, right? It's like, okay, enough of that. Move on, right? It's like, okay.
Executive producer. Yeah.
So, and Stephanie's saying, well, we're still rocking DVDs. And so Steph, you need to understand something. Heiko, for the longest time, was using a soup can and a string to dial into the show. So
it's still on the outside of the house. That's my backup.
Right. So we had a picture of him, a frozen picture, static, for like months. And he would dial into the radio station. We were on another network at the time. And, he'd dial in and we'd have apparently 4,000 listeners on every show. And there's Heiko, never changed, never smiled, just one static picture. And then he got a little more advanced. But yeah, I was expecting when he held that up, I was like, wait a minute, is that a DVD or is it a video cassette tape? Or is it an undersized, 9mm reel in that box? I don't know.
It's a beta. Yeah. Remember those?
Beta. Yeah. The records. No, that beta was the smaller tapes. But remember those records? They were video records or whatever.
Video discs.
Sony
video discs. Yeah.
Video discs. Yeah.
I actually have some.
So we're dating everybody here. It's
a hard plastic sleeve the size of an album, 12 by 12, and there's a thin, like a floppy disk inside of it.
Okay.
And it's a video disc. Yeah.
Right. I remember floppy disks.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big ass floppy.
Yeah.
Every time I hear of floppy disk now, I think of Viagra for some reason. I mean, like, think about it. I've got a floppy disk. Whoa, that's not like.
Yeah, and I just said, a big ass floppy. Oh,
you got a floppy disk. Well, take the blue pill, mate. Not bad, eh, George? Is that kind of
not bad?
When I was talking about that DVD, where did it cut out? Did you guys hear what I was saying?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's.
So it's just It's just my audio that
We
goes.
can hear you. Yeah. We can,
Yeah.
yeah, we can
So-
still hear you cursing. Yeah.
So guys, let's try something a little bit different. It might be funny, it might not. You guys can tell us whether it sucks, but let's try something here.
I'm
Okay.
scared.
Now let's take a moment to review some of the global headlines from the internet news. Believe it. Believe it all.
Okay, so
Wow.
in my boredom, in my COVID boredom,
Jesus.
yeah, exactly. So here's some really funny kind of headlines. Okay, let's see. So there's a couple of these here that if you listen to, it's like saved by a comma, right? And this is all about wording in headlines that got messed up.
Okay.
So murderer, so someone who murders, says detective ruined his reputation. Okay, these are headlines, right?
Okay.
Utah Poison Control Center reminds everyone not to take poison. Bugs flying around with wings are flying bugs. No kidding.
Wow.
And these
This is so intense.
they're newspaper headlines. Get this one: students cook and serve grandparents. Okay, so that's death by a comma right there. It's a good example.
Yeah.
So, Alton attorney accidentally sues himself. Okay. Hospitals resort to hiring doctors.
Imagine.
No, it's never going to happen.
So, Herald.
Terrible.
This isn't the Herald Citizen. I don't know, like a while ago. Farmer using cannon to protect watermelons.
Okay.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
But if she's hot, why not, right? Voters to vote on whether or not to vote. Voters to vote on whether to vote.
Okay.
Whether or not to vote. Sorry.
I get it, but that seems a little ridiculous.
It is totally ridiculous. But these are actual, I'm reading these from actual photographs of newspaper clippings. And so this one is, we'll just do a couple more here, but the museums full of history. Again, go figure.
Wow.
I mean, wow.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think you're reading the headlines from the Beaverton Gazette. It's got to be.
Beaver. I might actually. So here's one that is a little bit more wordy. A goat accused of robbery. Police in Nigeria are holding a goat on suspicion of attempted armed robbery. Vigilantes seized the black and white goat, saying it was an armed robber who had used black magic to transform himself into an animal to escape after trying to steal a Mazda 323.
Wow. That's pretty
Amazing.
deep.
That is pretty amazing. So those are your funky headlines for tonight. So yeah, give us some feedback on that. But it's fine. You know, if you spend enough time on the internet, which everybody's doing right now, you find these little nuggets, right? And
is that what you call those, nuggets?
Nuggets, yeah. Sometimes they're butt nuggets, but they're nuggets nevertheless, right?
Yeah.
And they're just so funny sometimes, right?
So a nugget is like a bunny turd, a little ball of shit?
Well,
is that a nugget?
It could be a nugget, yeah. Or it could be a gold nugget, right? Like something a little, let's take it to a positive place, Hike. Like, why did it have to be a shit nugget? It could be a gold nugget.
Well, because I just saw some today. I thought they were cool. Looked like little brown marbles all over the place in a pile.
Right. So have you ever passed a kidney stone? Because that's a little
Not
nugget.
lately, no.
But it's got one heck of an effect, right? And it happened to me like once. Knock on. Well, I have knock on.
And there's so little in it, and I hear it feels like you're passing a bowling ball.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just okay. Why did I even bring that up? Here's a word from our sponsor. No idea. Little word from our sponsor.
Yeah, he was on earlier,
Yeah.
but he should have stuck around. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Wow. Oh, so okay, cool. Well,
Yeah.
we'll get him again. So
So you fans out there, why don't you participate in the show and give us your nugget stories? Maybe a nugget is something completely different to you.
Nuggets.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Steph was saying your soup can in a string was okay as long as it was Campbell's soup can, and she clarified.
Actually, I don't use soup cans.
Oh, the laser discs.
Yes,
Liza.
laser
It's
discs.
Liza.
Thank you.
Laser
It's
discs.
Liza.
Sorry, guys. I don't use soup cans here.
Okay. What do you use?
Sauerkraut cans.
Oh, okay.
Sauerkraut.
Cans.
Oh, I got it. I got the connection there.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Thanks for the clarification stuff, because we never said
They're a little bigger, a little taller, so you get a little better resonance, right?
Yeah, I think Phil actually mentions on his show that he says he calls it time well wasted, right? So yeah, this Steph, you're probably one of your first time maybe on the show, but yeah, you're not going to learn anything here. But
I don't know.
Well, you never know, right?
no, you never know. We have interesting guests on, like Richard, for instance, who was a bodyguard for the Queen, and various important people, but we get occasional artists and stuff like that.
Yeah, we go pretty deep into topics sometimes, so people got to learn something.
Yeah.
And just think, when George does his wonderful magic stuff, people learn stuff there too.
That's right.
And speaking of George's wonderful stuff, I think we should get into some of that, eh? What do you think? What do you got for us there, buddy?
I think we ought to do that.
Wow, that's got a lot of people on it.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
It's the back of an album.
Well, hey, George, I'm going to expand that, but Stephanie mentions a really funny thing here. So about the goat bit, I would have guessed the goat would have stole a Dodge Ram. How witty is that? So Steph, we'll have to get you on our show, and you can co-host some night. That's brilliant.
Good one.
Yeah. So,
all right, blow George up here. Let's see this album.
Okay.
So for you, that's one. That's not George.
I blew the wrong guy. Sorry.
Oh!
Oh, shoot.
Where's George? Did he go? There he is.
No, he's here. Georgie.
So everybody, look at the album cover that George is holding up. This is the back of the album cover. We need you to guess what the band is.
Who's the band?
Yeah.
It's the band.
Extra bonus points if you even know the name of the album.
Oh, yeah, you get. Yeah.
Huh?
Absolutely. Mega bonus ones. It's an old album. Like I said on a little clip I did, it's probably before most of you were born. It's from 1967.
I think I know what it is, but I don't know if I should guess yet, because I want the fans to have some fun with that.
Yeah.
Right? And speaking of fans,
where's our
usually
boy Derek?
Derek's here. Derek's always guessing everything, and he's not here today. So come on, fans, it's your chance.
I think he's on another. He might be on another cast because he started a watch party for this.
Yeah.
So it won't register, or I don't know. Maybe it will. I don't know. So Peter's saying, Ringo, your hat's too tight.
I agree.
Peter, you know what? It might be tight because, being the voice of an angel and all,
Wow, you keep bringing that up tonight.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with the album George is holding up.
No.
It has nothing to do with it, except I could be in that crowd, right?
1967.
Can I say something about that album cover, George?
Okay.
The four guys dressed in white.
Yeah.
That's the band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, there's a clue for you, everybody. The four guys dressed in white, that's the band.
It's Led Zeppelin.
No.
Peter Frampton and his three buddies.
67.
No.
67.
Yeah, come on. I know who that
60s.
is.
67.
Yeah. Before everyone was born, except me. Yeah.
No, my friend. I was born in 67, George.
Oh,
I have a 1967 Beaumont to commemorate that wonderful month. when the world was blessed with a voice of an angel.
Voice of an angel, of course.
Jesus, you keep bringing that up. What's going on tonight?
Kathy says, if I hear the voice of an angel again, I
See?
will eat your shorts. All right.
I'll throw out a little bit of trivia here, but Kathy can't answer it. Kathy can't answer this.
Pete,
No?
Straight away, no. Because we did for a birthday when we did the thing, we did some.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the questions I thought, there's no point in asking this because she'll get it straight away. But
yeah,
Duran Duran and Queen, two British bands, have something in common. What is it?
Oh, this is another question.
Another question. I'll just throw it out there.
Okay. Peter asks if it's cream.
Cream? No, it's not cream.
No, it's not cream, Peter. Nice try.
Yeah.
And Peter asked the second time because we weren't paying attention to him. But
yeah.
Hey, Pete.
No, now he's asking if you want some cream.
Peter, I don't know. Can I say this or not? Because you posted.
You're going to say it anyway.
I'm going to say it anyway. But Peter posted pickles on private parts. No,
Whoa.
I don't know. I just thought I'd throw a tongue twister.
Nice.
No. Peter posted on his Facebook a picture of his garage. His garage. Okay. His garage. And it was stacked with empty beer cans. Like you couldn't, he goes something about I'm cleaning my garage. Tell us about that, Peter. It was hilarious.
Well, I heard, back in the East Coast to do that, you get a double car garage, but you insulate with cases of beer, the whole wall, all the way around.
That's brilliant. I think, in terms of energy saving, I think that would be great. And, reduce, reuse, and recycle. So
yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, that works.
So
wow. Well, Stephanie, you know what? We really don't care what year we're born. We want to know who the band is. Come on, you can do better than that.
That's really nice. I know, Kathy. I was going to, and I thought I'll let it spill over.
Yeah, he didn't actually ask it. He just thought about asking it,
but
and
I'm
then
sure you know the answer.
No, but it's okay. It's like those people who say, "Okay, to be honest, right? Yeah. To be honest."
Can I get a song, George?
Cheers.
Oh yeah, I was getting so thirsty there. Thanks, buddy. You saved the day.
Okay, anytime.
Beatles is the only one I can think of. So, is it
George?
the Beatles?
There we go.
Yeah, Stephanie wins.
I knew the answer for that, but I didn't want to say it. There you go.
It's the Magical Mystery Tour that they did.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Let me. Let me.
Did you see the other guys? You see turn it back around, George? Yeah, the Magical Mystery Tour. See the women in the dresses and the suits, the people down along the sides?
Yeah.
I guessed it from that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So weed.
Yeah. Actually,
Good job.
This is an American import, but I got this as an import back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hang on. Look. Cindy Burgout. Cheers.
Yeah. Hey, Cindy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh,
Cheers,
wait a
girl.
minute.
Love to have you on.
Okay.
Cheers,
Cindy. And who else? Oh, Stephanie. And who else is on for the first time tonight?
Well, I think Cindy, cheers to UB as well. Loved it. I love to see you there. That's awesome.
So I'll bet Derek is probably working tonight on night shift or something, or afternoons, or couldn't make it because he's.
No,
I don't think
he's drunk on the floor. Come on.
Well, no, because if he was, he'd be tuned into the show, right? He never misses an episode.
No, he's always on the show.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But he did set up a watch party, so I can't really go over to see if he's got a crew watching on the other feed. But yeah. Oh, there he is, Derek. Oh, hey, buddy.
I'm back.
Yeah,
we missed you, buddy.
I'm back in black. Yeah, nice. So, Steph, thanks for getting that question.
Yeah, well done.
You beat out some. Well, Derek wasn't here. Kathy's
Yep.
kind of like the second keener that we have in terms of, like, she's second to Derek because they always compete for the answer.
And Bobby Cuz isn't here.
And Bobby Cousins, yeah, he's pretty awesome. And then
But Sydney was here, and that's awesome. I'm so happy she was AC. We call her AC.
Hey, AC.
AC.
Awesome. So, hey, Derek, good to see you. I thought you were going to, like, somehow ruin your record of, like, full attendance since.
I know. Well, does he get a late slip for this one?
No, we can't do that.
No, he's good?
Oh, yeah, no, he's good. He's good. Yeah. So, anything interesting happened last week, boys?
No, it's just another week. Very nice.
I'm waiting for the winter to come. Like, what's going on?
I'm not complaining.
I can't even go ice fishing because there's no freaking ice on the lake.
You got to be very cautious about stepping out on the ice.
There's already been, right now, this is my opinion. The people that are going through the ice are absolute morons.
Yeah.
Dumbest stumps. You know what?
Blade of grass.
I don't even want to say it, but it's so thin out there. You can actually see that it's thin, and there's people going out on the ice. Like, come on.
So, well, a couple of things. Actually, Peter's saying Derek was working out a particularly stubborn nugget, eh? So, okay.
Is that what it was?
But, yeah. So you're talking, ice, right?
Yeah.
Stephanie's got a pretty dark sense of humor.
No, I love that. I love what she says. Thinning the herd. You know that?
Boy. Yeah.
And a lot of times what I'll say, Stephanie, is natural selection.
Oh, come on.
No, come on. Like, seriously. Yeah. Why do they have warning labels on Tim Hortons coffee cup that says caution, hot? It's fucking coffee. It's supposed to be hot.
Well, that's like those headlines, Heiko. Go figure. No kidding.
And plastic bags have warning labels on it. These are not toys. Do not put on kids' heads. Like, what? Like, natural selection. Take all the warning labels off everything, and the world will be a much better place.
Yeah. Well, spinning the herd.
Sorry.
So, but you were mentioning about ice, right? And
yes.
So we're under like a stay-at-home order, right? So we're all casting out of our respective homes. Although I'm on a beach somewhere. Anyway, so I had to. What was it yesterday? I had to take an essential drive somewhere, but anyway, I noticed that there were police on a hockey pond, a drainage pond for a subdivision, and they were looking. I guess people are complaining when they see kids playing hockey that they're not at home, and and so they're actually sending police out. So we heard of there was some family, I guess, charged recently for doing hockey in their backyard, and then now everybody's saying everybody's talking about charges and stuff like that, but did they actually get charged or warned? But it's neighbors that are complaining, and once there's a complaint lodged by law or the police have to come over. So it was interesting to see the police on the ice, because I'm thinking that ice is not very thick right now. And I kind of slowed down because I'm thinking, you know what, it's two grown men on the middle of a drainage pond.
You're just adding 250 pounders out there, right?
Right. Yeah. And I mean, so Stephanie's saying, do not put on kids' heads unless screaming loud.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but see, and this is where I have a problem. Like, you know what? If somebody has an ice rink in their backyard and the kids have a couple of friends over, you know, I understand there's rules out there, but it could be done properly as well. Okay? It could be done distancing, all that kind of shit.
But
Like, especially if you're playing hockey, right? You swing your stick around.
yeah.
If my stick doesn't hit you, you're the proper distance away.
Right, but it is
But
a contact sport, right? So
you don't have to make it a contact sport. If you're playing hockey on the ice on a pond, you don't want to play contact sport. That's for the professionals in the rink, right?
Yeah.
But for people just out skating, having some fun, shooting the puck around, I think it's okay.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
those
if
neighbors that call, this is where my problem is. You know what? They're not bothering you. They're far away from you. Nothing's going to happen to you. But you calling on them, you're just a dick, an absolute dick. Like, go sit down, close your curtains, and watch fucking TV, whatever. You know, like.
Well, you know, and you don't know everyone's story, right? Like, so
I know you don't. Everybody has a story, but come on, like.
No, but you. So here's the thing with. Okay, we won't get into a whole COVID thing, but I'm gonna anyway. But no, the point of this so-called you know what, we're just going to avoid the topic because there's just a lot of gray area there, and you know what, the robotic surveillance system is going to pick up us talking about it, and they're going to delete this off the air, which they've done with a few of our episodes. So we got, like, what was it, 10 copyright violations last week?
Yeah. So, isn't that awesome?
Yeah, well, at least somebody's listening. So
it's all the robots are listening.
Yeah. But the one thing I would say about that thing that's going on right now is that there's a lot of extended families out there, right? Like, and you've got potentially kids or exes or whatever, and you've got you know, your own kids that are adults, and they're integrated with other families. So your bubble, how big is your bubble actually? Well, your immediate bubble might be 3, 4, 5 people or whatever, or 5, right? But beyond that, you're somehow linked through these people that leave your house and they go and integrate with these other families, and unfortunately, that's the size that these bubbles get, and it's very, very, very hard to come up with answers for everything. So
so anyway. What? So I got 6 boys. They're out in the skating rink in the backyard playing hockey, beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
So what? They're in the bubble. They're in their own family bubble doing their thing.
Well, I mean, if your kids are playing hockey
leave
in
the
them backyard,
alone.
Well, that like, so Heike, I have to agree with you on that. Like, I mean, so if you had a rink in your backyard, you had your kids, nobody else's kids in the neighborhood, and you have your kids back there, or you're out there with your kids. I mean, you're part of that household, right? So
that's
what?
It.
You got a swimming pool, or I don't know, but you know what? We're not making the rules right now, and people are like, blaming government and everything, and I think that's BS, honestly. I'm not going to get into the whole government thing, but the fact that we've got idiots out there that won't wear their mask and they won't social distance are the ones who are creating this situation where we have to go to extremes. So just put your mask on. I've said it before, and we've all said it and supported it, and that's the way that is.
I sent a letter to Doug Ford. I'm waiting to hear a response. And I told him to get the media to stop all this nonsense and all this crap, and with everybody watching everybody, I want them to pass a law that if anybody's out in public and they're not wearing a mask, you're allowed to punch them in the face.
Oh, well, that's a little bit extreme, but
knock them out. Put them in a shopping cart, push them out into the parking lot.
Yeah,
and that's it. I think everybody would start wearing a mask, wouldn't they?
Oh, speaking of which, there was something on TV this week about it was in a box store, right? In the U.S., of course, no doubt. I love my U.S.
In
friends
Florida?
out there, but might have been. I don't know. I didn't catch
Yeah.
exactly where it was, but there were people spraying disinfectant at people that weren't wearing masks. So it's like,
Well,
really, you know.
You know what? You can look at that and say it's a little extreme, but right now the law is if you're in public, you got to wear a mask or a face
Yeah.
covering. And if
Well,
you're not, this is what I just said. They should pass a law. You're not wearing a mask.
yeah, deal with it. Yeah. So
Well, yeah,
well,
that's a bit
not
goofy, like
yeah. You
punch him, but
don't.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean,
but
right? Like,
we can't. Don't harm anybody by not wearing a mask.
no,
But sure, I mean, they should. Those are the first ones that uh, peace officers should, fine, just write out fine. You're not wearing a mask and, you're in a
yeah,
stay home situation. So, but Stephanie, who's in public health, actually, she's saying for sure, and listening to people cry on the phone because their family member has died or is in ICU on a daily basis is sobering. So
yes,
she's absolutely right. And that just kind of reinforces the fact that this is real. It's not a friggin' conspiracy.
right.
You know, how there's so many things out there, right? Like, oh, this is a bioengineered. You know what? Whatever it is,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
it doesn't
matter what it
matter. We're
is.
dealing with
My,
it, and
yeah,
but as an individual, you have to be accountable to play your part in
yeah.
trying to prevent it. And it's that's
People,
really effed
yes,
us up.
people believe different things, but there are rules out there.
Mhm.
And my wife as well, she works in one of the biggest hospitals around here, and she even has her beliefs and disbeliefs and of what's going on here, but she still says the same thing that Stephanie and you just said. It is real.
Yeah,
It actually
absolutely.
is a real thing. Now,
Yeah,
whatever you want to attach to that, the conspiracy thing or this or that or whatever, but people are actually dying from this, right?
yeah, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
me, I have a lot to say about it. I'm not going to do it on the show.
Yeah.
I have my own beliefs, but you
Well,
know
you're what
what?
your wife
I do
is.
I do my part. You know what? I'm supposed to wear a mask. I wear a mask. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
duration that you're in the store. Like, come on.
Stephanie's got a point. Like, people are exhausted. I mean, I know in phase one versus this wave that we're in, or wave one in this one, um, is very different experience for me and
Hmm. Hmm.
in my family. So but one of the things I noticed with senior homes and everything, and now the emphasis is on, they're the most at risk, which is entirely true. But here's what I don't get.
Yeah.
Why are so there's a mandate that the government's allowing what they call primary family caregivers to go
Yeah.
in. If you get a COVID test, you can go into a senior's home,
Hmm.
uh, or nursing home, and you um, you can actually you go in and you can see your loved one, whatever.
Right. Right.
And so that's allowed, and because that's allowed, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Because if you've got um, a clean a nursing home, why risk bringing somebody in from the outside? I
Yeah.
you know it's it, To me it's like going um, it's kind of like, well, anyway, I don't, I'm too opinionated on that, but it's wrong, because a
Hmm.
COVID test is great for about 3 seconds. You're going to get put on a, okay, you're good, but it doesn't last for 2 weeks, right? They're telling you to
No.
to like, I don't know. It's just it's
You know
difficult.
what? Really, technically, there's a lot of people that are really specific about stuff that's happening and how they do things. Now, what you just said about getting a COVID test, that COVID test is only good up until that exact moment that you have the test done.
Yeah, I mean, you could walk out and contract it on your way out the
Yeah,
door.
you can
Absolutely.
get it 5 minutes later.
Right, because
Right?
you're going to have a mix of people at the test site, or it's a pop-up test, and you've got people that are,
Yeah.
in different phases. But here's the thing, and Stephanie's bringing this up. She doesn't get upset with people. She does her best to educate them to
Yeah.
understand and try
Good
and
for
take the
you.
politics out. And she's absolutely right, that because the common sense, personal side or emotional side gets people just kind of like almost going blind on the situation, right? So she's absolutely right. And the government, people chew them up. Like they put resources out there like CERB and all kinds of stuff that are actually helping people. Maybe it's not the best solution, but we only knew what we knew at the time. But the idea of blame has got to stop. The blame is not where you need to focus. It's on, like, how do you contribute to improving the situation, right? So
Yeah.
it's our own personal accountability. So we spent way too much time on that. So we're going to move on to something else, because
Okay.
our listeners, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like we hear about this through the news and almost nauseum, but we want people to be safe out there. Wear your mask, do the stuff we're supposed to do, and stay
Yeah.
home. Stay home
Yeah.
unless it's essential. Stay home. And Kathy's saying
It's
it's cheers time, so let's do that.
play the tune there, buddy.
Cheers,
Thanks,
everybody.
Kathy. Okay, George, I think you better finish that little dribble you got left there and get a new one.
Yeah, I think
That's
I
right.
do. Yeah.
Pop up on that. So Jeff Chismore is saying people can't see the virus. There's nothing else to blame left. You know what? He's got a point. But we're gonna try and move on to,
Happier things.
Yeah. I mean, like, we hear about it all the time. So, but Jeff, fun fact about Jeff. Jeff is actually, Jeff's a buddy of mine, and he's a photographer. He's one of so with Motor City Maniacs. Yeah,
Who
we
are
are
they?
manic. We're all manic. But
Who are the Motor City Maniacs? I never heard of them.
the band I used to be in.
A band?
So, yeah.
Wow.
And anyway,
Are they good?
So they're awesome. They're incredible. But
do they have that guy that has the voice of an angel?
Angel, yeah, the lead singer, yeah.
Is that the guy?
That's the
Are you
one.
being facetious? Well, it's definitely me. I am the voice of an angel, and the band is still very much together, except they're
Good. Good.
maybe court other bands and stuff like that. But they'll never leave the voice of an angel, right, Lou? But anyway, in this band here, up on my shirt is God Helmet with Hank and his buddies, and they're phenomenal. Yep. I have 7 God Helmet shirts, and at one point I was wearing one every day. And now they're lost. They're just all over the place. But Jeff,
they're not in the dump, are they?
No, that was the other band from the other co-host used to be on here. But somehow that was, my dog pissed on it, and it wound up in a bin at the dump. But
you know what? After all this time, I'm still waiting for an MCM shirt.
Well, we can work that out, Hank. We can work that out. Derek, I got his whole family set up with shirts because he's been so committed to the show and the trivia and everything,
That's awesome.
So I gave Kathy's son his Motor City Maniacs shirt, and he just kind of chucked it back, and he's kind of a hip hop guy. So Jeff, though, when you look at the success that we've had as a band, Jeff was a big part of that, because Jeff actually did. My daughter's a photographer. She's great at what she does. She designed our first logo in that, but Jeff took it up a notch and sort of brought everything to like full color. Beautiful job, and it took us like a year to get that CD out, but it was our fault, certainly not his. They were always good to go. Put a lot of work into that, and I've got couple of boxes of them at home right now, and we're I was talking to Indie Rock about
really,
and we gotta get rid of them. Not get rid of them, but
God,
no, we gotta get them out to the masses, right? But Jeff did an awesome job, and counterpart at the time, Pam. We went to this. We did a photo shoot at a graveyard, and it was amazing. So we had a lot of fun with that. So I got to catch up with some of these comments. So Kathy's doing the tra-la, which we
Thank
did.
you.
So, and Stephanie's saying we've forgotten as a society to think of others before yourself, and she's not wrong about that for certain.
She's right. Absolutely.
He's telling us to play that album. So yeah, and Jeff's saying it's okay to be opinionated, and yeah,
we all are.
Yeah, exactly. So Steph is actually saying, remember the time I drank that half a bottle of tequila in a Cheers? I maybe.
Look at that. All those messages, they just keep coming, don't they?
Yeah. And Jeff was saying he's not into photography anymore because he's a couch potato, and it's a good point, right? It affects so many, like, artists and a photographer. What are you going to do as a photographer, right? I think on one of Jeff's posts, he was actually taking pictures of monitors with people playing from their homes. So, and Jeff is saying support live music. Local bands do amazing work.
Yes.
Well, you know who did really amazing work for us, Heiko, was, do you remember when we had all of that storm activity back in, we sent one of our reporters out, let me see if I got that track out here.
Hey, this is Spiffy Vengeance, and I'm reporting for the Heikadelic show. In behind me, you can see the War of the Worlds going on as we speak. It's amazing. It's a light show. It's over the Pickering Darlington nuke plant, but we're not sure what's going on. We think it's aliens, because if you watch, we've been watching this for almost an hour now, and the light show is incredible. What we thought was just a storm appears to be possibly alien invading the Durham region. This is Stiffy Vengeance, and I am going to try and stay awake and watch the show behind me, and hopefully I won't get probed. See you on the Heikadelic show Monday night.
I have a question for her. Is who does her hair?
Well, I think
I think maybe
hair, right?
she does need to get probed.
Well, Heiko, there might be a date in that for you.
Oh my God, I'm scared now.
Terrified.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So last week we had, was it last week we had Pine Tree Line?
You know what? I wanted to bring them up.
Yeah.
Because this past week I've gotten a few comments on my own Facebook and text from people that watched the show last week, and they really enjoyed it. They love those guys.
Well,
and they want us to bring them back on the show again.
Absolutely. We'll do a quick recap.
You better subscribe to Pine Tree Line Outdoors, and here's why. Have a look. Time, Aubrey Falls. Why are we here? What is this abomination behind us? Okay.
That was great.
Good guys,
great
man.
having them on. And they're from based out of Sudbury, Ontario, and a lot of their stuff, is up in the North region, and a lot of outdoor stuff. Very cool, but the drone videos and everything, it was a lot of fun. So
you
got it last week. The abomination on the horizon there.
Yeah,
that was crazy. That it's actually a cell phone tower.
It is a cell phone tower, and they put a tree up on top of it. It's pretty amazing. But Yeah, we'll definitely get those guys on again. I watched the rerun of it, and it was funny. I was splitting a gut laughing, but yeah, those guys definitely have a great sense of humor, very witty.
Yep.
Shows in some of their videos, but they take it seriously, and their message is pretty simple. It's like get outdoors, right? Get outdoors and experience the beauty we have actually in Ontario, Northern Ontario specifically. So, and Stephanie's saying definitely aliens. I see Mars. Oh, is that Uranus? Okay. There's another 25 cents for the Uranus joke.
Nice.
Yeah. Good one, Steph.
So I have to get in touch with those Pine Tree guys because I have to send them that bag of ghost pepper nachos that I have.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say bag of dicks, but yeah, bag of Richards.
No, they said they were going to try those, so I'm going to get that to them somehow. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, so I'm getting these pings in actually while we're doing the show, and it says there are people trying to comment, but they can't get in. So
really?
Yeah, so they're probably not on the stream. So if you're on Facebook right now watching us, click on it. If you're watching us live, click on it. You'll go right into the stream and you can comment down below. So please do that, because what's interesting is we'll have like this eyeball tracker, and what's interesting is we'll have like, sometimes 10 or 15 or 20 people on it, but that's not really the reflection of the show. We'll end up, we conclude the show, I go in and we've got like 200 views or something. So but anyway, if you want to get in and you want to comment, you have to click in and absolutely come on and be part of the show. And Heiko, we committed to something a few weeks back about getting some of our listeners and viewers on the panel, right?
That's right.
And doing a contest where we and George, have you got that your competition between Heiko and I? Yeah, maybe we should probably get to that. But the idea would be to have, the Ringo team and the Heiko team, and we do some trivia around that. And we've got a ton of loyal fans out there, so that would be exciting. Yeah. Maybe the week to do it is next week when we go live with our new network. That'd be I think that'd be a lot of fun. What do you think, Heiko?
Yeah. I think it's cool, and we should maybe try and get some feedback from our fans to see how they want to do it, because even we have our trivia and stuff like that, and we can keep track of this. And let's say a fan who does trivia and he gets 5 questions right over like 6 or 7 weeks. Once you hit 5 points, you get something, right? Like whatever, or like you said, it'd be really cool to set up the team Heiko and the team Ringo and get fans involved and do some trivia, man. It would be a blast.
Stephanie's saying the nude network. I mean, hey, we could probably work that out. I'm not shy, honestly. But that would put a whole different viewership out there. So we might have to, for the first one, I think that might be a little bit brash, but hey, who knows?
I've gone streaking many a time, so I'm good with it. And I think maybe Stephanie has too, because she keeps bringing it up. So she must be into this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know. But it's funny you mentioned the whole streaking or nude thing. I do have a fun little story, but I don't think I want to mention it on here because it involves one of our viewers.
Oops.
All I can say is it has to do with no clothes, being quite inebriated, and a birch tree with a hole in it. So.
Oh my God.
I'm checking for squirrels. No,
oh my God.
Yeah. So. But yeah. So.
All right. Should we do the challenge?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Let's do the challenge.
More or less. All right. But in the meantime, Kathy, you can give us the answer because no one else has come up with it. Duran and Queen. British bands, what else do they have in common? Right? I'm sure she knows. Okay, so we got our A side and our B side. And I think it's Ringo. Ringo, your turn to pick first.
Yes.
Okay.
A-side.
I think what did I have before? Did I have B side? No, I had A side, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go, yeah, A side. I'm gonna go with A side.
Go with the A side.
I'm definitely not an aficionado like George, like, whoa, oh, look at that band. I remember actually going out and DJing at their wedding.
All right.
Blimey, I remember when Ozzy was a young boy, about 5-7 years old, and they used to babysit him.
Yeah.
Birmingham, which is like 80 miles south of where I'm from.
Oh, well, that's not far, though. That's like, what,
No,
a couple
listen.
hour drive?
In
UK.
In England,
Yeah,
that's far.
That's a long
Is
way.
it? Okay. It's a long
People
way.
don't travel more than 25 kilometers to go to work. Like, that's far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a long way. Right. So I was looking at the top 10 best-selling double vinyl albums of all time.
Okay.
So what these questions are based on, and in there, "The River" by Bruce Springsteen is one of them, right? And Bruce Springsteen's "The River" has got 20 tracks on it.
Right.
Another album in the top 10 is the Rolling Stones' "Exile on Main Street."
Right.
Does that have more or less than 20 tracks?
Okay, hold that thought. So, George, are you making notes for your memoir on a Stedler Mars typewriter?
I'll be back.
Oh, sorry.
I bet.
Yeah.
So it's Heiko. It's Heiko. He's surfing porn while we're trying to do something serious here. Okay, so run that by me again.
Serious. So the River, Bruce Springsteen, double album's got 20 tracks. Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street. Does it have more or less tracks on it?
Oh, I think it has. I'm going to say it has more.
So the Rolling Stones has more tracks.
Wait a minute. I want to pause on that. I want to.
Do you want to call a friend?
So this is Johnny Ringo here, looking for a bit of support on that question. So any of the viewers out there,
oh my God! Come on, you can't do that.
Yes, I can. You know what?
Okay. Then if I get right, I get 2 points instead of 1.
Well, that's not fair, is it?
Well.
Yeah, but Ringo might get a time penalty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. No, I'll say it's more. I'll say it's more. I'll go with and that's my final answer. Okay, wait. Steph said less. Okay, I'm gonna go with what Steph said. It'll be less.
I say less, and I shouldn't even be telling you that.
Yeah.
Steph's had time to Google the answer.
No. Oh my God!
No googling. All right, so Ringo has gone for less tracks. Okay, Heiko. 2 albums we're looking at, both in the top 10 all-time vinyl double albums. The Beatles. The Wall, Pink Floyd, has got 26 tracks on it. And
is that on both albums?
Yeah, both the 2 discs.
Yep.
It's got 26 tracks altogether. I mean, some of them are like short things, but yeah, there's 26 tracks. The Beatles' White Album, which we featured as a backside a few weeks ago, does that have more or less than 26 tracks on it?
More.
You think the Beatles got more than Pink Floyd's The Wall? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going for more. All right, so the score at the moment, before I give the answers, is Heiko is 5 points to Ringo's 3.
And did you see that, Ringo? How quickly I answered that?
Right, he didn't waste time.
Just to let you know.
Yeah.
So when last I checked, we are a talk show trying to build our audience. So I'm trying to engage them. So where in your case it's all about Heiko, to the point where
Yeah.
we've named our effing show Heiko, the Heikadelic show, right?
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
All right. So
When it should be called Voice of an Angel. So I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
We'll try and fit that in there somewhere for you, bud.
featuring the voice of an angel. All right. So the river has 20 tracks on it. Ringo said Exile on Main Street has got less. It has 18 tracks on it. So
Yes.
Ringo gets a point. So
Good job, Stephanie.
So Ringo and Steph got the point there. So it's now 5-4. It's all down to what if Heiko was right or wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Could be close.
Okay.
The Wall has got 26 tracks. Heiko reckons the Beatles' White Double album's got more. It has 30 tracks. It does have more.
Aha.
There you go.
Wow. So I don't know if we kind of missed this, but Kathy was looking for, I guess, that comment you made earlier. They both have that album cover. They both have Roger Taylor, correct, George?
They both have drummers called Roger Taylor.
Oh, drummers called Roger Taylor.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
Wow.
very cool. So
okay, George, can you do it?
Yeah,
a little dab will do ya.
Yeah.
that's right. Dabba dabba do.
Oh,
Noise.
thank God.
Wow. I have to go to the bar and get one. If you put me in the green room, I'll be right back.
Oh, you do? Okay, well, I'll do that.
Get her filled up there, buddy.
It's going warm.
Is it warm? Don't you like beer warm though? Like
we've had this discussion before. We just we've had this.
No.
Yes, we have.
Beer is supposed to be cool or cold.
Yeah.
Drinking warm beer, I just
it's changed now. I mean, there's so many different beers available, but your actual English beer, like a pint of bitter or a pint of mild, or what have you, things like that. They weren't ice cold like you would have an ice cold beer.
Like room temperature.
Maybe less than room temperature, but not ice.
I really don't know what the difference. Like, I mean, so when you have really warm beer and it's a stouty beer, what's the difference between having that beer or blowing a dead moose? Like, I don't like. It's just not. It's gross. All right, bye, George.
All right.
Come back soon. Oh well, it's just you and me.
I love going to the liquor store, and I kind of, if I have time, I'll walk around the beer section and I'll look for beers I've never had before.
Yeah.
And I'll try them, and I won't buy one. I'll buy two, just because sometimes you need two.
Just because, yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of neat because sometimes you find things you would have never bought otherwise to try, and you find a good beer.
Yeah.
And sometimes you find something, you go, okay, I've made up my mind. I'll never, ever buy that again for the rest of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so I'll go to the liquor store and do that, like grab all these funky beers. And it's a lot of fun actually, because I'm not one who'll sit around and drink a 12-pack every night.
Right.
But those who do, I mean, hey, whatever. But I like the flavor, and one beer is probably enough, and move on to something else, right? But so we posted this. Thanks for all the frontline workers and healthcare professionals out there, obviously, like Stephanie and your wife too, Heiko.
Yes.
And we're grateful for that. And it's definitely interesting now. Like I'm seeing more and more, this is not an exaggeration, but I'm seeing more and more small businesses closed, and it's terrible to see, really. Being a bit of an entrepreneur myself, I know what it's like to carry an office or storefront, and it's terrifying in right about now, because the assistance only lasts for so long. But the takeout places seem to be, I don't want to go and stereotype everyone, but they're kind of thriving in some cases, right? I walked into
some
a
places
franchise.
are.
I was like, yeah, some places are definitely, but you know, but those smaller pubs, that we like to frequent, if they don't have a good food service, then they got to rely on alcohol or entertainment. And it's just not happening.
There's a little restaurant here in town, and they've always had a lot of people there. It's a social gathering place, but they also have very good food. They have a great chef there, and everything on the menu. It's not a big menu. Again, there's maybe, let's say, 12 to 15 selections of food, but it's all good. So now it's very easy for a lot of people I know around here. We just order takeout from them because their food is good.
It's just incredible,
right? So, you spend, $30, $35, support your local business, and you get dinner for the two of you and carry on. And that keeps these places afloat.
And this was a few weeks back. I went and picked up a pizza at a gourmet place and was going to tip the guy. And he said, listen, the best tip you could give me is to eat here again, so I can keep working. Right. But, so a lot of those businesses are very grateful for the business that they do have. So it's really cool. So another friend of ours is Country Stop Burgers up in North Stouffville area. So that's off of Highway 48, and literally right off of Highway 48. Great place to hang in the summer as well. And they had some classic cars. What's that?
Is that Fisherman's Lake? Is that where it's near?
Musselman's Lake.
Musselman's Lake. Yeah. But that's I guess they're doing takeout over there, and But support your local smaller businesses as well.
They're right on Highway 48, Ballantree area, and they're not just famous for their burgers. They have got excellent gyros, souvlaki. I had the steak on the bun there. Oh my God. It's so
to die for. It's really good. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And their fries are monstrous, and
they do the old classic a real milkshake.
Yeah.
It's not like the stuff you get anywhere else. It's the classic milkshake from the 1960s.
Yeah, it's got a drive-in.
They make it with ice cream and everything. They have the floats, like the root beer ginger ale floats. It's a place to go. It really is.
So, and check out our buddies from Pine Tree Line Productions, and give them a subscribe, and they'll flag you when they've got something new coming out. But we're just having a lot of awesome things happen with our people who support the show. So we're grateful, and obviously this wouldn't be here without you guys, because some of you support our show week after week, and it's really it's interesting, because we're a nighttime show here, but in Beijing we're a morning show, right? 12 hours flipped over. So it's interesting parts of the country, as the day goes on in a 48 to 72 hour cycle, how many views we get. So so thanks for supporting us.
And in Germany, only the really, really drunk people that are home on their couch and can't get to bed, they're the ones listening to our show there.
So Stephanie's asking,
sleep.
Right. Well, exactly. Remember we had that guy call in from England one time, and he goes, "Oh my, I'm just getting back from the boss," and it's like, I'm just having something to eat and listening to you guys. You're fucking funny, right? And we never heard from him again. So not sure what happened there, but
I'm to answer Stephanie's question. I'm from Manchester, England.
Yeah, right where
Manchester.
Right, and he's like neighbors with Ozzy, pretty much.
Hey, Manchester.
Aldi's got a
Man-
big backyard. It's like 80 miles
Yeah.
long, and I live at the other end of it. Yeah.
Manchester, they have a soccer team, don't they?
Yeah, they have two, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, how come they have
So-
two? In case one team does really shitty, the other one can do better. Or like,
A lot of towns in England have more than one. That's where you have a thing called a local derby, right, where they play each other.
oh,
Oh,
But there's Manchester City and Manchester United. Actually, Manchester City were established before Manchester United were established back in the 1890s, whenever it was.
oh, cool.
mm,
Was that the local derby? You know, and love the accent. I wish some days I was from England, but
yeah.
anyway, so Kathy's starting her own trivia in the background where she's not paying attention, just kind of doing her own thing because Jeff is saying, was it Roger? I guess Roger.
Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor, and then Kathy's like, it was Roger. Guess which band, Jeff? And then Jeff says, I have no clue. I have no idea, Kathy, but that's pretty cool. So,
Queen.
Wow, they got their own little fan shit going happening there.
yeah,
right?
exactly. Well, we have the HDS fan club as well, so that's another way to interact and stuff. And we don't go on it because if you want to razz us or talk candidly, it's like go ahead, go, you know. But yeah, we should probably start picking stuff out of there and putting it up on the show.
Here, I like what Stephanie says. Try to order directly, not Uber or skip the dishes.
Yeah. You know what?
And that's what we do here. We order directly, and we go pick it up. Like it's great.
Okay, I'm not a skip the dish fan. Okay, because
No.
largely I haven't used it. And then when I thought about doing it one day, I thought, well, I looked into the cost, but I'm a big Uber fan, like in terms of getting, you know, rides and stuff like that instead of alternative to taxis. And I love it because, I mean, they take care of their cars. You know, a bad rating is just devastating to them. So they're very, I've never had a bad Uber drive. And I've done quite a bit since I was introduced to it. Now,
is Uber still
Eats,
running? I heard Uber wasn't running anymore.
What, like just during COVID? Right now. Well, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought
I don't know either. I heard that. I'm not sure.
Uber Eats is awesome, but I think Stephanie's point is about, look, you know, the less contact, the better. But I've seen, you know, I've been in lineup where the Uber guys are at the other side of the room, and you know, again, accountability and responsibility. They have jobs. They don't want to lose their jobs. They don't want to obviously pass on anything. So they seem to be doing the best they can. But you know, there's always people who don't respect it as much. But anyway, like, I mean, there's every situation is different. So you've got people at home that are staying completely at home. They have to order out for food. Maybe they're ordering out for groceries and stuff like that. And, you know, just follow the protocol and do what you're comfortable with, really. I mean, everybody's really trying. I noticed with Amazon, I got to give those drivers credit because, again, we're fortunate that we get Amazon deliveries all the time, and we kind of quarantine them for a couple of days if we can, and then we're good to go. But it's so seamless, and you get great deals and everything else. And honestly, Amazon will kill the box stores, and then we've got, you know, maybe we can focus in on local smaller businesses. So so
you actually quarantine the parcels from Amazon? Really?
Yeah. Well, what we try and do is we used to quarantine them in the garage. Actually, I've got a big 3-bay garage, and used to have this sort of area where we just chuck all the boxes and stuff like that. But it, I don't know. I mean, they were saying, you know, the virus, if it was on a parcel or even like mail, right? I swear there's some lick and stick, like licked envelopes that come in. You can tell because they're all lumpy from somebody's saliva. So I'm sure like when people are mass mailing, they're doing it differently, but it's smaller things that are put out. No, it's and
Yeah,
it's like,
no, I know people too. One her name's Tanya, and anything that comes into that house, whether it's from a grocery store or anything else, they take precautions. They clean stuff, or they clean their hands after they handle it and get it out of the package. Because think about it. If
yeah,
you're really, really into this contagious virus thing, touching things are handled all day long,
absolutely,
right?
yeah. So I noticed,
But by many different people, right?
yeah, oh yeah, no kidding. So I mean, you're diligent if you do, quarantine it for a few days. I think it's 3 days, but I'm not an authority on that. We just kind of did
Yep.
it, and we've been, knock on a blue screen.
Walk on the
We've
clouds.
been okay. But yeah, they could come. You see, in this where everybody's got to take responsibility and everything, but it's the little things that tend to bite you, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, hey, Ringo, you're a fanatic if you got to quarantine parcels and stuff like that. Well, it's no. I mean, I'm not that anxious to rip into it the minute it comes. It's because Amazon's like Christmas every day. But so Stephanie and Jeff are getting in a little conversation. So Steph says no, it's they take a percentage of the owner business from or from order business from the restaurant owner, and that's true. But I think that's where it's based on volume. So imagine if they're taking a little piece of that, yep. But they're also getting it to channeling it out to a consumer that wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
otherwise get off, go get it themselves. So,
Yeah. Well,
at some
I
point,
think
somebody's got to get
if
paid.
you Uber or Skip or whatever you do, I understand they get the little cut, but I think it's just very, very important that if you have a local place that can make good food or supplies you with whatever, I think it's so important to support your local businesses.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
that food. Order it any way you want to order it. I don't care, but keep those people employed. Keep those businesses going.
So, Heiko, it's 11 o'clock. You got some duck business you got to deal with, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The next 2 nights, I'll be loading ducks onto trucks.
So where do the ducks go?
Trucks.
Are we going to get in trouble with PETA right now, or what
No,
happens?
it's you know what? It's the way it is.
I mean,
you
I've
had your
had bodies in my trunk, but PETA doesn't care about that. But the minute you put wildlife into, so it's all good. They're getting shipped off to what?
How many people eat chicken?
Every time I can
Right?
get my hands on
How many people eat beef? Well,
exactly.
a lot of people eat ducks. Ducks are not that common as chickens.
Right.
They're a relative, and it's funny. The 2 farms we have, there's a chicken farm and a duck farm. They're brother and sister.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the ducks go, believe it or not, to Chinese restaurants, like the higher end ones. They go to airlines, hotels, cruise ships, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that business has really come down. Like they've closed a couple of farms down right now because the quantities aren't that high demand.
Yeah.
But it's the same as a chicken, right? Chickens are hatched in a hatchery. They come to a farm. They're 1 day old, right?
Yeah.
They're itty bitty. I got pictures I should show you. They're 1 day old. There's thousands of them, and they have to be raised somewhere. So these farmers raise the ducks or chickens or whatever. And the barn environments that I've seen here, the ones I go to, are unbelievable. Like they're so clean, nice.
And,
everything is looked after, like as pristine.
So
then,
Kathy's saying hello, Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, maybe we'll get there. I might wear some feathers on my hat or something. Who knows?
That's right.
Well,
that's right.
I have a chicken story. I quickly get. It just reminded me there. Back in the mid '70s, I was on my auntie's farm, right? Farm. I was there for 3 weeks, and we sat outside the farmhouse one day, and like my auntie says, what do you fancy for dinner tonight? And I said, chicken would be nice. And she said, I wasn't even thinking, right? I said, you'd like chicken again? And she said, well, go and pick one. I'm like, I can't.
What?
I mean, I thought, and then I thought, that was actually, so that was it. I didn't eat chicken the rest of the stay.
I think you probably told us the chicken story before. I think I remember, or maybe or no, George. It might have been that night we were talking till like 3 or 4 in the morning. I fell asleep at 3. I fell asleep at 3, and apparently other people in the house. I think my daughter was saying, hey, you guys were up till like 4 o'clock. I said, no, I don't know when I fell asleep, but I remember looking at the clock. And George was still telling a story, and I was probably like, yeah, because I'm probably dreaming about being on a beach somewhere, and
yeah.
So it's really good, yeah.
But, I have effects on people, yeah, great. If you have a sleeping problem, give me a call.
No, it was quite entertaining because the one thing I like about, there's a few things I like about George, not just one, but he's got a lot of integrity, right? So his stories are true; they're not BS at all because he gets right into the details. Which in some cases that could be really good BS, but it's not because it's very sincere, and he is to the point where I see George like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He's got pictures, and he's like, it's not stay classy, it's stay
dancing. Stay dancing, my friends.
Stay dancing, my friends. Yeah. But he's got a pen in his hand, right? It's like, oh my God, a few years before it would have been like a chipper and a hammer going on a tablet. But George, he's putting notes for his memoirs. And when I talk to George, it's like, oh man, I can hear him taking notes. Well,
yeah.
Boy, let's back up on that. I'm just taking some notes here, Ringo. And it's awesome.
I'm always scribbling. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
So hey, we'll call. So George, your new name. Let's put it up on the screen. We'll call you the Scribbler.
The Scribbler. I have to get.
It's Atomic Ballroom George.
It's the Scribbler.
The Scribbler.
Yeah. A super villain called the Scribbler. Yeah.
So Stephanie's saying taking ducks to the dump, does it cost a lot? Do they just put it on your bill?
Oh my God.
Get a duck bill. So Stephanie, I have a question.
I think Stephanie's been drinking along with us because she's funny as hell tonight.
Oh, that's for sure. So, like, I have a question for you. So, look. Do you remember back in the day when you had like Daffy Duck and all the the Road Runner and all that? Right?
Like, yeah.
And, love the Road Runner. Do you know what? Like, have you ever run into a duck that actually talks?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's like.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I mean, like Daffy was such a great actor back then, right?
Well,
like,
you remember that famous line? Rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, duck season, duck season, rabbit season. Boom!
On the foot.
So Peter's saying that the Scribbler is better than the Dribbler.
There you go.
Hey, any of us over 50, we could become the Dribbler any day. So, it's not mine. It's not my dribble on the floor. It depends.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh,
And when people get drunk, they wind up getting a hole in their bottom lip. It just kind of like drools all over the place.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Hike, you got a hole in your top lip right now. What's going on with that? We're just going to.
Yeah, that's a shaving accident.
A shaving accident?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to hurry up and get it done fast.
I thought you said a shaming accident.
Shaming. Oh, I don't shame easily.
So Stephanie says they can't talk. They
winging
try,
it.
but they're just winging it.
Oh,
Oh my
dear.
Oh
goodness.
my God, Stephanie,
think
you're just killing us tonight.
I think Stephanie does like
I think Stephanie should
stand-up.
start writing comics.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Exactly. Like introducing Stephanie, the
I think-
comedy health nurse.
Yeah, maybe we can
I think it
have
was
Stephanie
brilliant.
be a little comic relief 3-minute segment on our show.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Huh?
She
There's a
should be
thought for you, girl.
There you go. You could be like, yeah, just come on and do some comedy. I mean, we try to do this every week, but we're not professionals, so
No.
we don't claim to
And we do fail sometimes.
We fail hard. When we fail hard.
Yeah, we don't mess about. We don't,
Yeah.
no half measures.
Listen, I know the show's pretty much done, but I want to throw this out there. I don't know for movie people, right?
Oh,
I watched a movie last night, and I must say, I will put it in the top 10 movies I've watched in my entire life. This movie was
the wind again, right? Like
no, fuck that noise, and not Attack from Mars either. This was a movie called Togo. Have you heard of it? Togo with a T. Togo.
No, I don't think so. No.
It's about a sled dog, like the dog sled teams. Yeah. And it's an actual true story. In 1925, there's a town called Nome, like home, but with an N, Nome, up in Alaska.
Yeah.
And they had a disease up there, and they needed medicine badly.
Oh.
And they couldn't get it there by plane. There's no roads. There's nothing. Like, it's up in Alaska.
Yeah.
And the only way to get it there would have been by dog sled team. But one of the big winter storms was coming in. And there was this one guy, he was like the tough guy with the great dog sled team and everything. And he said, I'll go get it. But what they wound up doing is they ran a relay. So they'd have somebody take their sled, take the medicine, and drop it off at another place. And Jeff's sled dog movie. It's look it up online. It's incredible history. The movie is so finely done. I absolutely loved it. But just to give you a little bit of history here, there was 20 dog sled teams to bring the serum from where it was to this town of Nome. And 19 dog sled teams ran an average of 31 miles each. And then they would to the next.
Yeah.
This guy's dog sled team ran 264 miles.
Wow.
And you know how they have the movies with pets and all that kind of stuff and dogs? They're always sad because someone dies. And like my wife said, oh my God, it's a movie about dogs. I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
So she went up and I watched it. And it's not a sad movie at all. Like, not at all. The movie is about the dog and its owner and the relationship between them. And this dog is a hero all the way through the movie. And even after the dog can't do sleds anymore, it still has a great life and eventually dies of old age. Mm-hmm. But the funny fact about this movie is, if you originally looked it up, there was another dog sled team that ran the serum to its final destination. Nice. And that's where the reporters were. And that's where they got this guy's name and his dogs. And they were this dog named Balto was the hero. And there's other movies about Balto. But now Time Magazine went back in 2011 and got the true story and named this dog Togo as the bravest animal in history.
Wow. That's awesome.
You should see this movie. It is unreal.
It's based on real life events, right? Like,
yes.
Or it is a documentary. I don't know. But there was a movie, speaking of sad dog movies, I think it was called Hachi. Okay. Hachi. Yeah. and it's got like Richard Gere in it, and so Richard Gere has his dog, and the dog follows him to a like a kind of like a GO train into New York, into Manhattan, and anyway, the dog. So Richard Gere's out there, and like right at the beginning of the show, he gets killed and never comes back. But the dog would go and meet him every day, and then the dog continued to go there for I think like 15 years or something like that. Every day, never forgot his owner. Right? It's heartbreaking actually. So, but it's I almost got choked up there. But it's called Hachi.
Right.
I've never seen that one. The other one I was going to mention is your typical dog story. There's one called A Dog's Journey. And what it does, you see that one?
Yeah.
The dog's a wonderful dog, blah, blah, blah. And it dies, and it's so fucking sad.
Yeah.
And then that dog's spirit goes into another dog.
Just
through this whole movie, the same dog dies 5 times.
Yeah.
So that would need a box of Kleenex for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this one, like Togo.
Here's a story for you. This isn't a movie. This
great.
is an experience of mine. With ducks, I'm just thinking, you just triggered another memory here. I was living up in Peterborough for like 7 years, right? And we lived on Airport Road, like, and where we lived, the subdivision, the other side of Airport Road was just a farm.
Yeah.
Peterborough.
And one day, and so I'd always see, when I was going anywhere, I'd drive out, see the farm, and I'd go left or right, depending where I was going. And one day, I noticed there was a duck, and it was just sat there in the field, kind of thing. And it must have been its partner that had died, had got killed, and a wild animal got it, and it was just sat there next to its dead partner. I'm assuming, right? I thought, right. And it sat there for about 2 weeks, never moved. Every time I drove past, it was just
wow.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm on this at the Ringo Ranch. We got a pond back there, right? Like it's big property.
Oh, come on! You're on the beach. That's an ocean behind you. It's not a pond.
Well, no, that's the pond in the palm tree. But so in the pond, we had a duck there, and it was there for same situation actually. It had a bad wing, so it couldn't fly out. So there was an island in the center of the pond, but it would be there all the time, right? And I was amazed it was still alive because, like, we've got actually these wolves with part coyote, part wolf all over the property.
Yes.
Anyway, so the mate for the duck would come there every day. So yeah, they're kind of monogamous, right? Which is like, go figure. There's so many of them. They must be having duck orgies everywhere, but they're not really. They're very loyal and dedicated.
It's heartbreaking. They're there for like at least 2 weeks. Didn't budge. It was like the male, because it was male and the female.
Yeah.
It was a female that was the carcass was there. And it was just sat there every time. I had to go out the other way, and eventually I thought,
George made Peterborough sound classy.
Wow.
Wow. Peterborough's a great place. Come on now.
The Peter Pack.
And then Peter's saying Jock of the Bushfeld. Check that one out. It's an oldie but a goodie. I'm afraid, Peter, to go and check out anything that you're recommending, honestly. Oh my God. So Peter has, like, when I see him
I'm gonna write that one down just cause it's from
Jock
Peter.
of the Bushfeld. Yeah. I'm gonna naturally surf it, but he's got, so Peter's kind of like I am, wears a band t-shirt almost every day, but his bands, I mean, I can't really, like, they're in some kind of weird hieroglyphic kind of writing half the time, because it's some kind of like death metal band out of like deep in the dark Loch Ness monster caverns of Inverness or whatever.
Yeah. I think Kathy was asking for the title of the movie, Ringo. I think she asked for the title of that movie, the Richard Gere one with the dog. I think she missed it.
Yeah, it's called Hachi.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, what do I know?
That sounds like a porno. Come on.
You
what
guys
are you
are
talking about?
implying that I won the spelling bee or something. Hachi. I think it's actually. Hang on a second. I'll go find it for you on Google. Hachi. Okay, it's called Hachi, a dog's tale. Hachi. No, Hachi. So
Okay.
I could, you know what? We could. So Kathy is an IBMD junkie. She could probably give you the whole cast and script,
All right.
all of that. But no, it's a great movie. It's very. You want to sit there with a box of Kleenex and a bottle of Jack Daniels because you know.
Okay, no Kleenex, but I
No.
tell you, watch Togo. Fucking great movie. Anyways, speaking of ducks, I gotta go, boys.
Yeah, you got to go tend to some ducks, right?
10,000 quackers waiting for me, so I'll be up all night. So yeah. But again, look at this. We had a great show, right?
Always, yeah.
Always, yeah.
Always. And we had some cool people being a part of our show tonight, and I want to thank them all. And we're going to start with Nick, Richard, Kathy, Stephanie, Keisha, Peter, Cindy, which is AC. Thank God you were there. I love you. And Derek and Jeff and Pamela. Anything last words you guys want to say or what?
No, just stay safe, and we'll see you next week when we're on Indie Rock from Montreal as well.
Yes, we're excited for that. And anybody who wants to participate in our contest, shoot us a message and we'll get you on the show possibly next Monday. We'll see how that works out. But we're already kind of, as long as it's midweek, we can probably put that together. It sounds like fun.
We want to try and get some more fans involved in the show. We'd love to have somebody is on. You get your own little box like we have here on the screen, and you can be part of the show. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be totally awesome.
All right.
So before we go, a little to bring, we were talking about sad stories, but let's pick it up a notch. There we go.
Wow.
So on that note, we'll see
I'm a little
you guys.
dizzy now.
Yeah, I know. It's so okay. So we'll see you.
Thanks for George. Yeah. Thanks for doing all your trivia stuff, man.
Okay.
You're awesome. And thanks, Ringo, for doing all the technical shit and getting stuff going.
Yeah.
All you fans, join us next Monday night at 9:30. We're going to be together with, who are we with?
Indie Rock.
Ringo?
Indie Rock Radio. Yeah, we'll send all the details and the promo, for this week for Monday night. So we'll have, we'll make sure you find it.
I think it'll be great.
It will definitely be great. So Heiko, have fun with your ducks tonight.
Yeah.
Get all your ducks in a row.
That's right.
Hey?
I try to do that, but it's hard.
Just get all your ducks in a row.
All right, boys. Have a great night, and we'll see all you fans next Monday night at 9:30. Thanks for joining us. See you later.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. just send us an email at info@theheikadelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikadelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.